The new head coach of your Tennessee Lady Vols, Kim Caldwell. Coach, it's great to see you. Welcome to Rocky Top. So Danny White approaches you. You're having a meeting, and he says, I'd like you to become the new head coach, the next head coach of the Lady Vols. What's going through your mind?
I mean, I might have blacked out. I was shaking. I was excited. I was overwhelmed. I was honored. And probably a little bit in disbelief because it's an incredible opportunity, and Danny was amazing throughout the whole process.
This has been a whirlwind year for you because last year you were joining the Marshall program, and I know you probably planned on staying there at least a few years,
yeah.
But then this came a call, and so it has to have been it's mind-boggling for you.
It is. My husband and I got married in Pigeon Forge around this time last year.
No kidding.
Had a wedding, bought a house, got a new job, thought we were going to be there for 7 years. And then, we're picking up and we're doing it again. Part of that's the profession, but a lot of it's the opportunity.
Before I go further, what brought you to Pigeon Forge for the
We love it.
Really?
We love it. Yeah. We had vacation there several times. Smoky Mountains are gorgeous, and we rented a house with our closest friends and had a great time.
So it was meant for you to be in East Tennessee.
I think so.
Absolutely. So you mentioned your husband. I know one thing that's been special in my life is I've got a spouse who loves sports and who supports me in what I do. I would imagine that's huge for you as well.
Absolutely. He is giving up his job on our men's staff, and he was always been a big basketball person. But he was really my biggest supporter of taking this job. And any doubt I had, he reassured me, hey, we got to do this.
Coach, you talked about it in the introductory news conference, the legacy that is Pat Summitt and Lady Vols basketball. I would imagine you're really excited to come in knowing what she did, but putting your stamp, putting your perspective on Tennessee women's basketball.
Absolutely. Pat Summitt changed the game, and I will never forget. My sisters can vouch of just cheering on the Lady Vols our whole entire upbringing. I mean, it was just such a big deal, and so it is very surreal that I'm here. And I want to be able to continue to honor those legacies, and I got to do a lot of learning and listening before we start that. But I'm very excited to get to work with our team.
Coach, I can't imagine having to do what you're doing, but what's the biggest challenge in making a move like this and starting up a new program?
I think timing. Everything needs to happen tomorrow, and so the transfer portal moves quick, and we have a lot of spots to fill, and staffing moves quick, and we have some spots to fill, and so just trying to get everything done at once while creating relationships with your players that you have right now, because this day and age you're always recruiting your own team.
Yeah. You made an interesting comment during the news conference too, that recruiting might be a little bit different at Tennessee as opposed to previous stops for you. It's a juggernaut, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I met the team. The first thing I said, wow, I finally have a player that's taller than me. And so it's a whole different ball game, but I think you have to approach it and be who you are, be authentic. Tennessee sells itself, sell your style of play.
Yeah.
I think basketball is evolving. People want to play fast. People want to watch fast. Nobody really wants to walk the ball up the floor and run a set necessarily anymore. And so just getting athletes in here that believe in that.
Well, for folks who really don't know you and your style, talk about that a little more, if you will, about being fast, about pressuring on defense. I thought Danny White made an interesting comment that if you think they're putting points up on the board at Neyland Stadium, wait till basketball season comes around. That's an interesting approach to the game.
Yeah. We want to play, we want to set pace. We want to make teams uncomfortable. We want to press them, and we don't want to let them do what they've spent all season practicing. So we want to get them out of their comfort zone. We want to dictate the pace of the game. So if we want to speed it up, we'll speed it up. If we want to slow it down, we'll slow it down. Be really aggressive on offense, try to score really, really quickly in the shot clock. If we don't have a great shot, then pull everyone out and run a dribble drive offense and get a lot of athletes on the floor that are going to play hard and shoot it and go get it and shoot it again.
Yeah. We just saw South Carolina win another national championship. That's 3 for Dawn. She's doing a tremendous job there. Coach, how do you come in and start bridging the gap to teams like South Carolina and LSU? Recruiting's big, but you just mentioned the transfer portal, and that's a whole new approach to the sport of basketball. Absolutely.
First and foremost, we got to get a staff in place that can help. We got to get players in place that can help. And I think you got to do something a little different, and that's what we're here to do. We're here to play a different way that will shake things up.
You mentioned the players. What was the initial meeting like? Got a chance, the young ladies were at the news conference earlier today. What's talk about building relationships. What's it been like so far with the team that's here in place?
It's been great. I was a little bit nervous coming in to meet them. It's always a tough transition when you lose a coach and there's a search process walking into it. But again, they have a big personality, a lot of smiles, fun to be around. They're hungry. I've met with them all one-on-one, most of them, and so we're going to have a team meeting tomorrow. So that's my favorite part, right? The rest of it, the recruiting and building the staff, it's a necessary, but my favorite part is my relationships with my team, and I'm excited to get to work on that.
So talk about, speaking of getting to work, talk about the agenda, what's next for you as you move forward now here as head coach of the Lady Vols.
Yeah, we're going to, again, team meeting tomorrow. We're going to start workouts next week, and we're going to see what we got. We're going to get after it, and then again, got to get in that portal and get the best players in the country we can possibly get.
Well, Coach, welcome to Lady Vol country and all the best moving forward.
Thank you.